All right, so this is a video response to a couple of channels that I found on YouTube recently that inspired me to basically just get on camera and speak my mind a little bit about the hopelessness that young men apparently are feeling in the West today. And I've been there. I've felt that way. I discovered a YouTuber called Millennial Steam and another YouTuber called Deconstructing Narcissm. And these guys are hopeless. They're hopeless. And they basically have built a brand or building a brand on YouTube trying to reason as to why their hopelessness is justified. And so I want to share a little bit of my story, just send it out into the universe for whoever might stumble upon it, because I don't think there's enough people like me sharing their story. And there are a lot of people like me. They're just very private individuals like myself. I don't do social media. I watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't really socialize online too much. I appreciate the privacy that I have, but I feel a moral, ethical responsibility to share some of my story with the world. So this Millennial Steam YouTuber, he basically, and I just discovered these guys a couple days ago, they talk a lot about how America is doomed. The working class people are doomed. It's hopeless. There's no point in trying to date. There's no point in trying to basically live a meaningful life is the gist of it. And you can go to their channels. I would encourage you to, if you would like more information, go see what these guys are talking about. And I don't want to attack these guys. I want to present this from a place of compassion, because I have felt the way they feel in the past. And today I am thriving. And I am not the type of person that you would expect to be thriving in today's world. I am a bit of an anomaly, but I'm not special. And I want to share, for those of you, this video is not for those of you who are stuck in a rut of nihilistic, perhaps hopelessness, okay? This is for those of you who are frustrated and perhaps you need some inspiration to help you get your shit together and turn your life around, okay? So, who am I? I am 32 years old. I was born to an 18-year-old high school dropout. She got pregnant. My mom got pregnant with me when I was 17. I am her oldest child and her only boy. My biological father walked out of my life whenever I was 4 years old. And we had a strained relationship until I was about 12, whenever I decided to cut him off because I began to mature and realized he was kind of a piece of shit. And I was working harder as a child to try and have a relationship with him, and I didn't want any of that. My mom remarried. I have a stepfather to this day. I consider him dad. He did a great job taking on the responsibilities of dad. And we've always had a bit of a rocky relationship because we are very different. But I come from a very, very blue-collar, very poor, uneducated South Louisiana background, Cajun country. I've had the benefit of, because of family drama and career changes, I've spent time growing up all over the U.S., so I've learned to interact with a lot of different people. And so getting back on track, there's a little bit of background about myself. From the background I'm in, you know, it would have been very easier for me to go down a path where I would be like Millennial Steam or Deconstructing Narcissism, where these guys are just saying all of these horrible, hopeless things, that America's doomed and working class people are doomed and the nation is run by an oligarchy and there's just no hope for the future. There's no reason to try and even try and hope for the future. And I felt a lot of that for 3 years in my mid-20s. As I said, I'm 32. From 2014 to 2017, late 2013 to late 2017, basically a 4-year period, I was brutally nihilistically suicidal. I was ready to give up on life. I never had a problem making money, but I couldn't keep any money. I couldn't keep any money that I made. I never had a problem with women. I was always dating random women. I've never had a problem attracting women that are attracted to me, but I couldn't actually make anything meaningful of those relationships. And everything was pointless. I rejected any concept of divinity, of God. I lived in a very material world, very atheist. I bought into a lot of atheistic ideology. I don't know why, but I did, and I spent most of my 20s like that. Where am I at today? So at 32 years old, I am the sole breadwinner for my wife and 2 babies under 3 years old. I've got 2 little girls. We rent an apartment and we are perfectly happy. We have a down payment. We can go buy a house right now, and we are choosing not to because the numbers don't make sense. And I'd be happy to get into the details of that, why we say that. We are thriving. We are thriving. So my wife and I, we met 5 years ago, and when we met, we barely had a penny to our name. And the first year of our relationship was pretty rocky. We met in a big city, and after only knowing each other for about 5 months, we quit our jobs, packed up and left and went to another big city. And I was kind of bouncing around to different industries, couldn't find work that really satisfied my soul. I didn't know what I was looking for. I was trying to figure out how to apply my talents. But, a year into our relationship, she's making about 50 grand a year. I'm making 85 grand a year. And I can't keep any of my money. I don't know where it went. I can't tell you where the money went. I wasn't paying attention. I could not save for the life of me. That was 4 years ago, okay? Today, I have found a career that I am thriving in, that I'm very good at, I enjoy. I am the sole breadwinner. We had our second baby in April, and I brought my wife home. My wife worked 4 months last year. I worked the whole year. We're getting ready to file our taxes, and I made $90,000 from my primary job, which I'll get into. I've got a couple little side hustles that I'll spare you the details on right now that we were able to make about another $10,000. And then my wife made about 25 grand in that first 4 months. So 20 grand. She made about 20 grand. So, we made about $120,000 last year. And with the trend I'm on at my current job, I'm going to, just for my primary full-time job, not my side hustles, I'm going to make somewhere between 100 and 120 this year. Okay. Life is good. It's good. I have 2 years of community college. My wife is college educated. She's got a bachelor's degree from a public university. I've got 2 years of school, no degrees. We are creating a life for ourselves. We are thriving. We're in a position where, we had no money 4 years ago, and we have a long-term investment portfolio right now. Current valuation of it's about $55,000. We could cash out a good portion of that and go buy a house. There's houses we can afford in the area that we live in. We're choosing not to because they're still overpriced for, historically speaking. They went way up in 2021, and with the interest rates where they are, the cost of the houses, from a financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense for us to go and buy a house, and that's fine. We have a beautiful modern 5-year-old apartment, big, 1,200 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It fits all 5 of us. Me and my wife, 2 babies, got a big 70-pound couch potato dog, and we are comfortable in there. It's cozy, it's warm, we can afford to pay our bills. We can afford to pay all of our bills. We've got a little bit of credit card debt, and she's got a little bit of college tuition debt. But we are able to live a comfortable lifestyle, and we have hope for the future. I found a career that I brings me ultimate job security. I'm really good at it. It satisfies my soul every day. And the future is bright for us. We have this dream that we want to buy some land sometime in the next 2 to 4 years, and we want to start homesteading. Most people, it's almost online. It's almost a cliche. Like, people kind of scoff at the idea of homesteading a lot. Younger people, I think, maybe because they just don't want to do it, or they think it's something that's that's only for if you have your trust fund baby, or maybe you have a lot of money, you're a retiree. But we want to do this, and we're going to go make it work. And we just approach our life as such. And so, to summarize, in a sense, if you're out there and you are struggling like I was, 6 years ago, 2017, I started to turn my life around. I was brutally suicidal. I was very sick. I'm a little bit older now. I'm a little wiser. I have a pretty debilitating physical autoimmune disease that I have to work very hard to manage, or it'll leave me crippled. And I work on my feet. I work with my hands. I mean, you might be able to tell I'm in a service vehicle right now. Like, I work a blue collar job. We are living the life of our dreams. And if you would have told me that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have never have seen it. When COVID hit in 2020, I was still chasing, I don't know what I was chasing, but I had no relationship with God. I had no recognition of the divine intelligence that is in everything around us. And I had a spiritual awakening, I guess you could call it. And it has changed everything about what I do, how I look at the world, and how I make decisions on a day-to-day basis. And the life I live today is, I wake up every morning, I get up, I fix my coffee in my comfortable, modern 1,200 square foot apartment. I hang out with my dog for a few minutes. My wife gets up, we get the babies up. My wife, she runs the house for the most part. I typically spend the mornings, perhaps, watching YouTube videos or doing a little bit of work on my side hustle. I go to work and I spend 8 to 10 hours working a job that pays me 8 to 10 grand a month. Pays me really well to do work that I love, that is satisfying, that I can apply my talents. I come home. I usually cook for us. I'm the cook in the house. I come home. We have, we keep a fridge stocked full of groceries. We could go without grocery shopping for 5 months and eat the food that we have in our fridge, our 2 freezers, and our 2 big pantries, basically. I mean, literally, we have like 700,000 calories saved up. Like, I've counted it. Not because we're, crazy preppers or anything, but it's like a little tangible savings account. Like, we shop at Costco, and we have food set aside. And, if COVID 2.0 happens, or a hurricane or whatever, like, we don't have to go sit in line at Costco or any grocery store for hours on end. Like, you guys may have remember that from when COVID happened. People were literally standing in line at Costco around the country for hours just to get in to buy supplies. We don't need to do that. Our shit's in order. My wife handles the bills. I go and make the money. I handle the investments. My wife runs the house. She's preschooling our toddler already. I mean, my 2-year-old, she knows all of her letters. She knows her numbers up through like 12 or 13. She's starting to recognize basic words like her name. Like, she knows what her name looks like. And we're great. We're happy. And it's so odd that, we can live in the West. I feel so blessed to be an American. There's so many people who think this country is doomed, that it's dystopian, and you're wrong. You're so wrong. There is a lot that I don't like about this country. I do not like what is happening. You often hear late stage capitalism is a thing that gets tossed around. Capitalism is the most beautiful economic system that's ever been created. It's not late stage capitalism. It's late stage central banking, okay? And I can get into details on that later on, but I just want to throw this out there for anybody who might see it and wants to ask questions. I can clarify on any of this and go into some more. If this gains traction and people want more information, I'll be happy to post more videos. But 32-year-old white male millennial in America, from, born to a high school dropout, 18-year-old high school dropout, poor uneducated people. I am uneducated. I've got 2 years of community college, no degree, and I'm supporting a bachelor educated wife. Okay, I'm taking care of her. I'm taking care of our 2 children. I'm hustling. I wake up every day with gratitude and appreciation for being in America, because I've been overseas. I'm a military vet. I've been overseas. I know what it's like in other countries. Okay, I've seen it. We manifest the reality that we choose to see. Okay, there's hell on earth and there's heaven on earth. Which one are you going to focus on? Because it's all here, and you can pick either one. You can have a taste of heaven on earth every day, or you can have a taste of hell on earth every day. You have to get up every morning and make hundreds of tiny decisions every single day about what you are going to choose to focus on, okay? And that, your mind shapes your reality. So you have to get rid of you have to get rid of all the hopelessness. I know that's easier said than done. I've been there, okay? But I've got some practices I can share that helped me get over that. Hopelessness will get you nowhere but 6 feet in the ground after decades of misery, okay? You want to make something of yourself, it's possible. There's still more opportunity in this country, in the USA, than there is almost anywhere in the world, okay? We've got it all right here. We've got a good system. Yes, there's corruption at all levels of the government, of business, of corporate America. But you have to, you got to find the beauty, and you have to find the opportunity. It's being able to open your eyes and take your blinders off and see where the opportunity is, because the opportunity today is not what it was 30 years ago, okay? For us, a nest egg doesn't start with buying a house. For boomers, sure. For Gen X, yeah, probably. Not so much for millennials, okay? The numbers don't make sense. So quit trying to live a version of the American dream that worked for boomers and figure out where the American dream is today. So we're finding it, and it's very unorthodox, but it's here. It's still here. You can do it. We are doing it. We are very happy. And yeah, so I guess I'll just end it there and throw this out to the cosmos, to the universe, put this up on the interwebs, and maybe help one person. Maybe help one person who sees this video, watches it. And if you want to get in the comments and engage with me, I will engage with you. And if this gets traction, I will share more context and more stories about what kind of life we're living. So, thanks.